everyone. I just wanted to get on quickly to talk about this dictation binder. So you can use it for letter names, letter sounds, words, sentences, dictation sentences. So when I created this, I did it to assess my students' writing goals and objectives. I write a lot of goals for, stretching out words, for writing words that follow a pattern. And I wanted a good way to assess it. And I also write goals sometimes when given a dictated sentence where, it'll consist of words with a certain pattern that would be in here, and then high frequency sight words. So I just wanted to show you it quickly. Of course, even if you're not an intervention specialist and you have students with IEP goals and objectives, you could still use this for just some classroom-based assessments. You could use it for just showing growth throughout the year. You could even use, and I'll kind of open it up. Let me see. If you just wanted to assess random letters, you could just pull from one of the assessments, or if you wanted just a list of words. I know sometimes when I'm trying to think of them, I have a hard time. I need a list in front of me. So this is vowel consonant words, so you could just pull from one of these lists. But I will go through and kind of just show you everything included. So in the front, I have my table of content. So I have letter names and sounds, vowel consonant words, consonant vowel consonant words, words with blends, digraphs, silent E. I have words with vowel teams, diphthongs, and R-controlled vowels. So you can see you could address a lot of needs in this binder. You could assess students on all different levels. So I have these tabs that you can include if you want to. You don't have to. You can always use tabs that you already have. So these are the letter assessments. And I do just have a random list of them in here. And I store my paper in here. You don't have to do it that way. You can always print it out. So you could just really easily assess. You just pull this out and assess students. I have this differentiated. So some students, if they do need a model of what the letters look like, it's down here. Or I also have this. You don't have to use it. I also have, you can keep track of the assessment number so you can grade really easily. And that's included on all the assessments. So let me go to the next one with some words. So here's vowel consonant words. You can see the list of assessments. And then once you get into the words, I have 1 through 5 is going to include all real words. And then 6 through 10 is going to include a mix of half real words and half nonsense words. So then I like to just store a bunch of copies back here so I can easily just pull it out and use it with students. And then I also have these dictation sentences. So these include high frequency sight words and words that are in that pattern. So, this is vowel consonant words. It's going to have high frequency sight words and just lost my train of thought, and vowel consonant words. So you can use any piece of paper. You can break it up, or I do have with the lines that you can just use to assess your students on that skill. I'll show you what it looks like too. So here it is. If you choose to use this, you don't have to. You can always just have kids use paper. And I know for me, I would probably just assess one at a time. It's a lot to do all 5 at once. Then another goal I write for an objective I write for my students a lot of times is to be able to locate word wall words and to be able to locate those sight words. So I know that they're using strategies. So I do have, as just a paper, you could take it out. Sometimes I'll just, unclip it, take it out, and tell students either the sight words that they have to choose from. So they're using, their phonics, they're stretching out the words, and then they can locate those words. Since these not all of them, they don't all follow that pattern. So it's all kind of just set up the same. So you have your assessments, you have 10 options to use. There's 10 in each. And then I store that in there. So you get this with it too, the assessment paper, you get the sentence assessments. And if you don't want to use the sight word bank for students, I do list what they are. So if you wanted to maybe grab those or kind of help students locate those, they're included there. And then you get the assessment with the lines, and it's just repeated throughout. So there's blends, there's digraphs, you can see the assessment. And I like to just store mine in a binder. You don't have to do that way. I'm just a binder person, I guess. I think it's so much easier. Let me see. And then it goes up to diphthongs. So you can see as it goes on, they do get a little more complex. a little longer, the sentences. You know, there's a lot more sight words to choose from. The only one that's a little different, so my last one I have in here is R-controlled vowels. I didn't do nonsense words in that one just because, you know, some of them do sound the same, like IR, ER, they sound the same. It's hard to distinguish those. So I just did for 6 through 10 where you would have that, the nonsense words. Instead of that, I just did review concepts. So I did some blends and digraphs. So those are in that. But if you only want to assess R-controlled vowels, you would just do 1 through 5. So you have a lot of assessments to choose from. And that's it. So if you have any questions, you can always email me about this. I just think it's a really great tool for assessments. I've liked using it. It's just made it so much easier and to communicate with parents to show what the kids are doing. And you just have that right there. Because I know sometimes I've given assessments and I just think of a sentence and I'm like, what did I assess them on again? Or what words did I choose? So it just makes it so much easier. And another thing, you don't always have to use this as an assessment. Sometimes I might just have my kids get, you know, their dry erase board or sand or something, and we'll just practice the skill. So if I'm like, I want to work on words with blends, I can just open up, you know, pick assessment 1 and just go through it with them. And I have those words. I'm not like, what word do I want to pick? I do that all the time if I don't have something right in front of me. So again, if you have any questions, you can email me, let me know. If you choose to use this, I hope it's a helpful tool for you. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.